Hey everyone, as you might have noticed in the last video, I got a lot of comments and dislikes asking me to acknowledge the Adopt Me video that they made about me. If you didn't know, they made a statement about me and a lot of things that we're going to go through today in this video, and I'd appreciate it if you could watch the whole video. And I really want to explain things. I just want to add that there's going to be a lot of information in this video, and let's get into it. Most of the people watching this video probably already know what happened. The Play.me account, as I said, they've uploaded a video. It's 8 minutes long, monetized video, accusing me of a lot of different things. I just want to say first that I've been making Roblox videos for nearly 3 years now, and as you all know, I love this platform. There's a lot of different things you can record, and it's a great option for anyone looking to make fun content for everyone to enjoy. I love helping out fans and stuff like that, get items and different things they want in the game, because as you guys know, I've always had quite a bit of stuff in my inventory, and it just makes me happy to be able to give back, as well as, make some awesome videos for everybody. That's why I kind of feel like the move on Adopt Me side is kind of a bit out of line. It's super hurtful, and I think it could have been avoided. As you guys know, I've tried to reach out several times, and anyway, let's keep going. I thought for the past couple of days that I wouldn't make a video about this, and I would just kind of try and learn as much as possible and grow, but then more and more I kind of just decided that these claims are super defamatory and affect me a lot in a way, because as you can tell, I already said in a video that I would be taking a break from Adopt Me, and a lot of things were said leading up to this situation. I tried to ignore it. It's all addressed in one of my last Adopt Me videos. I really didn't expect a company of more than 30 people to go against a single person using various claims and lies, putting their reputation on the line over petty internet drama. And it's kind of just like a formal hit piece. It's got my name in the title and everything. It's very much packaged directly to destroy me. I feel like I owe it to myself and my fans, my friends, to basically just share my side of the story, because otherwise it's just I don't know, it just feels weird to move on. I would think it's good to let these claims sit on me without at least giving you somewhat of an in-depth explanation and clearing up some of the lies stated. I mean, not only have I been bombarded with hate, death threats, and horrible messages, but so have my friends, my team members from my Discord, and especially my girlfriend. It's just really, really dark. People who have nothing to do with this situation basically getting attacked, and I just owe it to everyone to put these claims to rest. So when people call you an abuser, say things like to harm yourself, tell your girlfriend to break up with you, and make things really personal, I mean, that's when it really crosses the line. It doesn't become a few things said over internet and someone debunks it on their own platform. But every YouTuber who made a video on this statement told their viewers not to direct any hate towards me, which I really appreciated, by the way. But the thing is, in the statement and the video Adopt Me made against me, never did they say it's not okay to send hate. They just left that out. So I mean, I don't really blame people who watched the video, believed it, and then sent me hate as well. But anyway, let's take Tactful's approach here. He said, be skeptical, question everything, and use logic about things before believing them. And that's where we kind of get a little off here, because a lot of that was left out in this destructive video. First, I think it's important to note that the statement video was monetized, meaning they made money of trying to destroy me, one of their biggest sources of free promotion. They posted this statement to all of their social media accounts and even on their blog. So they tried to make sure it would reach maximum numbers, causing incredible damage and trying to destroy me fully, as I said. Anyway, I'm going to be going through the statement they made chapter by chapter, explaining everything. In the beginning section of the statement, they mentioned they tried their best attempts to ignore the situation. As many of you know that watch my videos and are fans, this is not quite true at all. So anyway, let's quickly go all the way back to what has caused this whole Adopt Me versus Jeremy drama in the first place. On February 25th, I made a video titled I Quit Adopt Me. In this video, I voiced my negative opinions and worries about the game. I mentioned how I was worried about the gambling aspect of the game, and I mentioned how they barely acknowledge the YouTubers who promote their game. This was kind of like constructive criticism in a way, because I really didn't mean it in like the worst case. It was just things that have been frustrating me. I mentioned they could add posters for YouTubers or promote their star codes, as other games have done this as well, and they don't owe us anything. However, I made a bad comment about BThink, and in doing so, I devalued his work, as I had recently at that time worked with a lot of developers making pet concepts for me, and they all mentioned that similar things could be made in roughly an hour or two, and I would see that turn around myself, like from when I requested a concept to when they sent it to me. So I was just very wrong to say that. It was a terrible comment. I apologize to BThink anyway in private on Twitter for what I said, but he just blocked me with no response. I don't hold that against him though. It's very understandable in that case. Anyway, so from this day on, Tactful would respond to every negative comment I made about the game on his Twitter account, perpetually involving himself in drama. He willingly involved himself and publicly tweeted about everything instead of taking the professional approach of reaching out to me privately and talking about the situation. This whole situation could have been avoided if just one person from the team could have reached out to me, or at least given me the option to talk. Everyone from YouTubers to developers to my friends have told me that this should have been dealt with privately, and I agree, but yeah, as I said, I just couldn't get that arranged. That's why I tried to reach out to Tactful, BThink, and other people of the Adopt Me team. I was blocked each time, giving me no option to talk to anyone. They mentioned in the statement that I allegedly bought items for real money, showing my inventory with valuable items in it. After finding out multiple high-profile people in the community had also bought items using a black market website, I decided to try it out and use it as a video. Anyway, in doing that video, I upset a lot of those sellers and also obviously broke the Adopt Me rules. I should have looked more into that, and there's no excuse to what I did, but I quickly learned my lesson, and I tried to educate viewers on the dangers of doing these things. I meant all the things in my inventory as like giveaway things that I would give out a lot on a frequent basis, so it wasn't a good means using a black market to get any of that stuff. But yeah, as I said, I learned my lesson. It was back in February. But anyway, I was never informed by the Adopt Me team about this being the reason they blocked me, and I guess that's why I got so confused in so many videos and really just couldn't understand what was going on. I mean, if one of the biggest YouTubers of that game actively breaks the rules, would you not talk to them about breaking the rules and then just ban them or warn them, or I don't know, something at least? But to be honest, I don't think the reason I got blocked was anything to do with this, because even Tactful himself said it was for private reasons, and then he highlights the reasons being private. The statement also mentions how I kept messaging members of the team, and that's true, because I was just trying to get in contact so I could get it resolved privately and we could move forwards in a positive way. I reached out to BThink, I apologized and tried to explain myself, and I reached out to the social media manager, trying to keep everything private desperately. In the end, there wasn't much left, like all the people had blocked me without responding, and that's when I made the mistake of trying to encourage people to reach out to the Play.me team and Tactful on Twitter. Definitely not a good message to send across there, but as I kind of mentioned, I was frustrated, but it does not excuse doing that. The community would always tell me to try and resolve things privately and attack me on that basis, and that would just like get more frustrating because there was just no one to contact. In the statement, they show a clip from a video I made in December about my Roblox account being banned, and the clip was used to highlight the fact that Roblox banned me for breaking TOS by buying Adopt Me items for real money, but I never participated in any actions like that back then.
Roblox has banned Jeremy multiple times so far, and he made videos claiming he had no idea why he was banned.
My Roblox account got banned. This is not the first time I've been banned without a reason. Moderator note, your account has been deleted for violating the terms of service. I got banned for sharing limiteds with my girlfriend, but we only found this out months later after matching the transaction history on her account to the ban dates that I had. It's a common issue, and I don't know, I tried to get more out of Roblox, but as you can see, they just put it to breaking terms of service back in the day when I got banned. If what Adopt Me was saying is true, the ban message would look something like this instead of the ban message that I actually got from Roblox. The clip was used out of context in a different timeline to manipulate everyone watching it and make me look worse.
Around the time we discovered the above evidence, Jeremy was banned by Roblox for violating the Roblox terms of service.
When I showcased my Adopt Me inventory in March, I had a lot of good stuff, and only a few days after voicing negative opinions about Adopt Me, my Roblox account got hacked. I wasn't initially banned for violating Roblox 2S, but I got hacked first, and then I got banned. I made a video about this, and I showed that someone had managed to contact Roblox and gain access to my account. Around this time, different YouTubers were targeted for the Roblox hacks and whatever situation as well. It's a few months ago now, but it was definitely quite a big situation. My girlfriend, who is a star creator, actually got the same hack messages too, but her account is protected and nothing happened. After about 3 days with Roblox support, I got back into my account and found that an hour after getting back into my account, I was banned permanently. I still don't really know the reason for this ban, but it was nothing to do with Adopt Me. The super happy face off that account is actually gone. Yeah, it was just taken. As soon as the account was compromised, the face is gone and is banned. It's important to mention that the statements didn't contain any solid proof. It was just going off what I said in my own videos, which wasn't really against the rules, just saying values of things. But the clips were used in a different timeline, and it just painted me to be this evil person. They kept going on to say that I insulted the Adopt Me team, the work, and the community, but that is a very bold statement to make. I did already admit to insulting their work at the time. I mean, I regret that, and it was absolutely rude and definitely uncalled for, but I try to apologize as best as possible, and especially directly to Bethink, who the comment was about. But yeah, it just didn't end well. So it's important to mention in the statement, they say that I have never apologized directly. And as you can see here, it's just not true. I apologized directly to him. Tactful also brought up a situation that happened a few months back where I was speaking to someone privately about other YouTubers, and they decided to leak everything that I said. I shouldn't have ever brought anyone else into it, and it was just wrong. But anyway, after that, I talked to everyone involved in private. It was just hour-long calls. We all got along. We all followed each other. It was all resolved. I apologized, and we got to move on. It had nothing to do with Adopt Me, really. It was just a matter between just like two YouTubers at the time. It was only included in their statement to picture me as evil and talking badly about everyone. Tactful himself has also admitted to doing the same thing, but ended up shaming me for it. I think we can all agree here that sometimes we need to vent about certain things to other people, and if it's your teacher in school giving you too much homework, or your mom making you clean your room, you vent to friends about such things. Tactful also mentioned that I made 3 different videos targeting him directly, and I only ever made videos talking about him as well as other topics in a video and voicing my opinions, but never did any of the videos have him in the title, the thumbnail, tags, description, or anything. I only mentioned different things for a couple of minutes in my normal videos, and I never wanted to have like a hate campaign video or just like a standalone hate video like that, because that would just be a terrible move and against the guidelines. And I also mentioned every time not to send hate, like that was the last thing I wanted, and that was never mentioned in these statements. He claims that I said he was a demon. It's not true, and what I said is not okay, but I was trying to keep the situation more lighthearted and just trying to keep it playful and funny.
We need to get the demons out of him.
I've never once sent followers to harass him. Never have I said to harass him or indicated that he should get harassed. I asked my followers once or twice to try and help me get unblocked, but I felt like it was one of the only attempts I had left at getting back in contact and trying to make things all right. I got blocked by Adopt Me and Tactful and wasn't able to defend myself against anything being said on Twitter, and there was just no way of responding. But even Tactful went to the length of hiding all the replies supporting me, and anyone that read these tweets would go down below and you'd only see things pro what he was saying, and I just felt it was like really biased and it just wasn't fair at all. So that's why I would normally wait, and then I would see more and more bad comments made, and I would try to address it in a video and showcase that this is not like good behavior. He also claimed that this situation has negatively affected his mental health, and I don't believe he's lying here because it has definitely done that for me as well. But why does he keep mentioning that he has thick skin and making out like it doesn't bother him? I'm not sure if he uses that to manipulate people into feeling bad for him and hating me even more, but it's really strange that he keeps mentioning that it doesn't affect him but then mentioning that it does affect him. And he's even gone to the lengths of calling me an abuser, when I just try to solve things privately. In the next paragraph, he gives examples of the lies Jeremy tells. It says that I claimed Adopt Me has been sold, and in the video here, where I'm talking about it, you can see that I never said for certain that it has been sold. I mentioned how people think, and I even said I'm not 100% sure on this.
So a lot of people think that recently, with Adopt Me stopping their Friday updates and everything like this, that they've gone from having 2 people working for Adopt Me to 30, and now they've stopped these weekly updates. But I just wanted to say that I'm not 100% sure on this issue. I don't know if it's true, I don't know if it's false. So hopefully we get a new update soon, but does this mean that Adopt Me has been sold and is run by a new corporation or something? I don't really know, but all I know for sure is that it's gonna be here, it's gonna keep updating, maybe it will be a bit different.
And the next thing in the statement mentions how I apparently pretended to discover I was just blocked by the team Adopt Me Twitter. He shows a clip to back this up, but as you can see, the clip that I'm showing now even debunks this claim as well.
Guys, what? So the Adopt Me account has blocked me on Twitter.
Never did I mention I just got blocked. I merely showed me being blocked as a way to explain to my fans that I have no options to talk to anyone privately or reach out to anyone, which is really frustrating. So quote, these are just some examples of the lies Jeremy tells. I think it's more so these are just some of the lies that Adopt Me tries to tell you. I don't really know why Adopt Me even needed to make up these claims about me. Like, why couldn't they have just banned me from the game? Why did they not just talk to me and explain to me that they blocked me for these reasons? And why, most importantly, did they have to take this public? None of it was necessary, and it's upsetting to see this from a massive game to use their platform to spread like these lies. And at the end of the day, I was just one of their biggest creators, like sending them, you know, players and promoting them as best as I could. It's really alarming, and I'm scared that this behavior will continue, and any other creators who say negative things could just get attacked like this. I mean, it's not the first time Tactful has pictured me as a liar. He used every opportunity to use his platform to direct hate towards me. Subtweeting me, directly tweeting me. I had no way to defend myself, and I was blocked and couldn't really respond. In this tweet, I was mentioning how people are saying Adopt Me has been dying. The point I was making was not a low play count for Adopt Me, but the fact that there are now games that are very close to these play counts. I mean, Adopt Me has always had a much higher play count than any other games for the past year or so, but the gap has been getting smaller. He even went to lengths of calling one of their own players a maniac for pointing the same thing out. Is this professional that a game studio supports this? I mean, calling me names is one thing, but attacking your own players is another. He also talks about correcting lies, but I don't really get what lies. He takes my words and twists them. He makes me look like I'm lying when I'm just voicing things the community has said or pointed out as well. The statement continuously mentions that my channel views and subscribers have increased drastically due to Adopt Me content, and making it seem like it's all that my channel was built on. Most of my top viewed videos on my channel have nothing to do with Adopt Me, and I was doing really well beforehand, and I can keep making great content without the game if I choose so. Tactful mentions how he felt forced to make this video, and this statement existing is my fault. I'll mention how, again, that I tried multiple times to reach out to the team to solve things privately, like adults should. Never would I expect the biggest game on Roblox to make defamatory videos like this, putting their whole reputation on the line. I mean, just over one employee getting into a feud with a YouTuber, and he didn't want to make it a private matter, he just wanted to take it publicly. It's really shocking. They also include that I make money from my videos, and their own video is monetized, and their whole game is built on making as much money as possible if you think about it. They also claim that I harassed, insult, and lied. Everything you've seen in this video, you can use that to build your own opinions on these claims. I mean, it's not that hard. Have I gone too far telling people to tweet him to unblock me? I mean, definitely. I felt it was a last resort, to be honest, and I definitely should have just left Adopt Me instead of taking that approach. If that's where it was, I just shouldn't have taken that route ever. But I wanted to try and make things right, and yeah, big mistake. I apologize on that one. Not cool. He tweeted this out claiming that I told my subscribers to say that he should be fired. I never have, and I would never say that. It's just a blatant lie. I don't doubt he is good. And I think to sum it up, that's all I have to say about this statement. I mean, it's very obvious to see that they're claiming that I've manipulated my audience, and in turn, it just seems like they're manipulating their audience into believing. I mean, after saying they've made up multiple claims and they've lied to their fans who are very young about this, it just seems they're manipulating their fans into believing I'm someone I'm not. And I think it's up to everyone to decide that, judging off like how you feel about seeing both sides of this now. But anyway, the mistake they've made here is they've also gone and made the title about the truth about Jeremy. So by doing that, they're just claiming this is who I am, like this is who I am to my core, and manipulating their audience to have this weird view of me, which obviously isn't true. So the situation with Tactful and me is just one thing, but I'm not the only person he tried to defame and attack like this. But here's some things that I don't think are very appropriate for someone in his position as the head of like one of the biggest games for children. I don't think these are that appropriate to say. He also congratulated Arsenal for winning Game of the Year recently with the Bloxy Awards, but he also immediately takes that away from them by saying that Adopt Me should have shared the voting link more. That was a massive, massive, massive achievement for Arsenal, and he, as basically the head of Adopt Me, just tried to discredit it, and it was just kind of petty. It's really strange because over on his Twitter, he will constantly boast of the Adopt Me stats, and he'll compare the Adopt Me stats to other massive successful titles, but he'll be doing it in a way that puts them down, and it's just weird that a representative of the game needs to actively put themselves above other games, and it's just very strange. So a few months back, vividly, I remember this, there was a young girl that claimed the YouTube URL Play Adopt Me, something like this, and he publicly shamed this young girl for claiming that URL, and it resulted in a lot of people sending hate to her. And yeah, like he did the exact same thing to this girl that he's now accusing me of, basically. He publicly accused other developers of being racist, people who were not even involved in the racism and had nothing to do with any of this, were negatively affected by these claims. I mean, these are very, very, very strong claims to make. And again, it sent waves of people to hate. And these are people I knew. He never apologized for it. He never took accountability for it. This just only encouraged me to start slowly speaking out of my concerns against this guy more and more, and at the same time trying to promote a message that wouldn't result in more of this behavior. I'm not really sure what triggered Adopt Me or Tactful to make this statement video about me, but in my last video, I was talking about the effects on mental health and my mental health as well. I brought up the point of my shirt being removed from Adopt Me, as this was something that genuinely upset me at the time and caught me off guard in the video I was recording. I didn't actually realize at the time when making the video. It just caught me in the middle of the video. I knew how much my fans loved wearing the shirt, and it was all for free. No one had to pay anything. And I was excited every time I would see someone wearing it. And I love the fact that fans could show support without having to spend like anything. It was really cool because I would also give out to these people. And then that was just taken away. But this one point in the video was taken by Tactful, yet again, just to attack me on Twitter. I didn't really expect anything anymore after making this video because I was taking a break from the game. And I thought the situation would finally be over. But even after the break, I mean, semi-quitting, I was wrong. There was a lot more to come, as we've seen. He boldly stated that my shirt just wasn't popular enough to be in the catalog. It was hurtful to hear, especially seeing that Newfissy, like the boss, the owner of Adopt Me, went and debunked it, saying that he knows how popular the shirt is. Tactful trying to make out that my shirt wasn't popular didn't hurt a lot because, as we've seen, it was everywhere in Adopt Me and still is. I was just concerned about the claims and this message that they were sending to the clothing designers out there that were trying to get more recognized. At the time, my girlfriend got involved asking questions because we were very shocked that they were saying the shirt wasn't popular. It was really confusing because ever since uploading the shirt, it was just constantly on page 1 or 2 or 3 of best-selling most relevant shirts, and They were just claiming it just wasn't popular. And my girlfriend even reached out to Newfissy days before this video was made against me. And also my girlfriend did mention to Newfissy how much this whole situation had affected us. And he would have seen this and chosen to allow this video to be made. So yeah, anyway, this shows that like 2 days before the statement was released, we had reached out to the team yet again to try and resolve the issue privately. The messages were ignored and they even put out the statement about me. So all of my efforts of working things out and trying to handle things as adults were dismissed. I know they don't owe me anything, but seeing this is the biggest game on Roblox, a company with over 30 employees, I expected to be treated with a little more respect and greeted with more professionalism, and two wrongs don't really make a right ever. Both sides made mistakes in the end, but it was an entire exposing video. Was it necessary after I tried to reach out so many times? We never got to have a call. We never got to chat about this. It was a closed door. I mean, was it really necessary to try and ruin my reputation over this Roblox game? I mean, I guess everyone can decide that for themselves.